Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Satnam, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. Today we're going to go into the human design transit reading for this full moon in Virgo, which is happening tomorrow. We will be celebrating with a full moon ritual and virtual dance party at Club Jai in our global community. So please come join us. That event is going to be free. You just have to be within the global community, and you just create an account, a login and password, and you are good to go. We offer like tons of free events, you guys, and free programs and free classes. So come check it out. And this is also where I host my Starseed membership, my Moon Goddess Rising leadership group, which I haven't talked too much about, but we have a leadership group where we have some epic interactive lectures, and you can join this group if you have done level 1, 2, or 3 of the Moon Goddess training in 2022 or 2023, or if you're currently in the Moon Goddess training, feel free to join us in the Moon Goddess leadership group, and you'll have some really fun exploring. It's like our continued education membership. And I also host all of my courses, which leads me to our very first and exciting announcement of today. Before I do that, though, I do want to say hi to everybody in the chat. Hello, Dawn. Welcome in all the way from Italy. Hello, Ping. Welcome in. And Maria, good to see you. Ella, how are you doing? Anna, so good to see you as well. And the exciting announcements before we dive into the human design. So here we go. Official announcement. As of yesterday, I am going to be hosting a Starseed Astrology School. Hello, Marie. Welcome in. So what is the Starseed Astrology School? Basically, for years, I have done Starseed markings, Starseed ancestry readings, where I look at your chart and I find which Starseed markings your planets are on and what that means for you, and basically which star systems you've had past lives on. Hello, Jeanette, welcome in, as well as which starseed energy, like DNA energy, is found within your cosmic soul. And then you learn what that means and how you embody that energy within yourself. Well, guess what? The time has finally come for me to offer the school to teach how to do that. And that's basically what the Starseed Astrology School is all about. It's a 6-week course. It's designed to help you learn how to find and interpret starseed markings in a natal chart. Each week, we will dive into various starseed markings and stargates, find out where to find them in your chart, what they mean, and go over chart examples and learn how to interpret them. It is going to be amazing. Hello, Valerie. Welcome in. And so the class starts March 22nd, but we have a special. It's going to be on Fridays from 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific. That would be 8 p.m., 8 to 10 Eastern. And I'm going to go over the weekly itinerary in a second, but I have a special that if you sign up by February 29th, you are going to get a free copy of my e-workbook called Seasons and Stargates, which is the companion workbook to my actual book that is coming out, Seasons and Stargates, your annual astrology guide, this coming month. I'm releasing an astrology book to guide you through the entire year. Comes with a workbook. The workbook has the Stargates calendar for the entire year. And what you get in that calendar is basically the ability to know all of the powerful stargates that are coming up throughout the entire year. And you're going to learn how to interpret them because we're going to learn how to do that in the class. I can't freaking wait, you guys. This is so exciting. So week 1, we go over the introduction to starseed astrology. We're going to talk about Andromeda, starseed markings, Hathor, Venusian starseed markings, Algol. Week 2 is the darkness to light portal, Pleiades, Aldebaran, Orion. Week 3 is Sirius, Regulus, and Ursa Major. Week 4 is Arcturus, Centaurus, and Antares. Week 5 is Ophiuchus, Galactic Center, and Lyra. And week 6 is Aquila, or the Eagle, Fomalhaut, Pegasus, and then putting it all together. So who wants to freaking join me? There's 2 options for the class. You can pay in full. It's $444. I made it super affordable. And you can do the payment plan if you prefer, which is $122 a month for 4 months. And we're just going to have a freaking blast. Like, I literally cannot wait for this class to start. And I love that it's basically all connected to the book that's coming out. Seasons and Stargates is on the way. Anyways, can't freaking wait. Okay, here's the other announcement before we actually go into our broadcast. If you have taken Moon Goddess Training Level 1, our workbook is finally here. So you can purchase this if you want to, if you've already graduated. What it basically has is all of the handouts from Level 1, neatly organized. So nice, with really nice pictures of Jai Gobind meditating. I took all my own pictures. I love it. And some new handouts for some of you guys because some of them were updated. This is the most updated version of the workbook. For example, we get the Gene Keys Hologenetic Profile handout. And there's another one. Ooh, I opened up right to it. It is the Chakras Extended handout, which tells you all of the chakras, the connection to the chakras and the temples, the laws of the universe, the houses in the astrological wheel. Dude, I love this. It's so cool. And I'm on the back cover. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding. I really am, but I'm not boasting about it. I'm just, this book, I love it. I love it so much. There's so much like that went into this. But again, it's only available if you've done Level 1. And you have to contact me directly because it's not like freely available for purchase. You have to just let me know that you want to buy it, that if you did level 1. And yeah, that's that. Okay. Let us now jump into this freaking chart. Look at this chart. This is a little crazy. It's a little crazy to me. But what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about where is the moon going to be on this full moon in Virgo at the 59th gate, which is known as the gate of sexuality, also known as dispersion in the traditional I Ching. We have a gate that is in the sacral center, and we'll talk about that in a second. And it connects to the 6th gate, which creates the channel of mating. This is a tribal defense circuit, which has to do with technically being very tribal and caring about, taking care of the tribe, making sure that the tribe has what it needs, and also procreating, because obviously to keep the tribe alive and going, you have to have kids, and then you have to take care of the kids. So it's all about the bargain and trading and just knowing what everybody needs so that everybody is taken care of. So actually that's really cool energy to connect with for a full moon in Virgo. I went over the astrology of the full moon in Virgo in yesterday's video. So please go check that video out to get the astrology information. And today we get to see the energy of the moon through the lens of human design. So let me zoom into here we go, sacral, solar plexus, and root centers, so you can have the visual. And we're talking about the 59th gate, which again is a gate in the sacral center. What is the sacral center all about? The sacral center has to do, it's the life force energy. The life force energy comes through the sacral. If you have the sacral center defined, you have consistent life force energy running through you. As long as you do the things that you love, that inspire you, that feed your soul, you will feel like you have boundless amounts of energy to do all those things. If you have a defined solar plexus and you don't do the things you love, you will feel drained and depleted all the time. You don't have that energy. And you'll know because you'll feel it in your body. That's what the sacral center is all about. It's a body awareness, a body knowing. Undefined sacral centers do not have consistent energy. So undefined sacral beings have to take extra time to rest and take care of themselves because they don't replenish their energy. If you lose too much energy with an undefined sacral, you don't really get it back. It's you're losing your life force energy. That's why everybody has to make sure that they're doing what they love and the things that feed their soul. But especially for undefined sacrals, you don't get the energy back if you lose it. So you better take care of yourself. You better get a little more rest. You better know what kind of environment you're putting yourself around. Whose people's auras are you hanging out with, Those are really important things. So on the other side of the spectrum, because this is a full moon, so we have the moon on one end and the sun on the other end. Well, on the other end is the sun, Mercury, and Saturn. And all 3 of those planets are in the solar plexus. And a lot of the Pisces energy lives in the solar plexus. And the solar plexus is the center for emotions. So it's about feeling emotions. It's about flowing with the emotions. It's about not having clarity in the moment because you need to wait to see how you feel about whatever is going on in your life. And the 55th gate is exactly where both the sun and Mercury are going to be at. And I just want to read a little bit about it because it is significant. You have to see both sides of the spectrum, right? The 55th gate is called the gate of the spirit People who are deeply melancholic, musical, and romantic, and must honor their moods at all costs. It's like one of the moodiest channels there is. So like if you feeling a lot of emotion, like duh, this full moon is in these gates. And then the 59, which is where the moon is at, actually connects to the solar plexus via that channel of mating. So this is a lot of solar plexus energy, even though the actual full moon is in the sacral. But the sacral will feed, right, the emotion via that 6th gate. So this gate, the 55th, where the sun is at, measures emotional highs and lows, and people who have it defined are always looking for that perfect emotional state, whether it be peace, love, or ecstasy. 55s are literally waiting to be provoked by the 39s in order to know what they are feeling. If their emotional wave is up, then they feel at home with themselves. If it is down, then they feel melancholic. This cup is always neither half full or half empty. These people need to let go of trying to rationalize and control their moods. Basically, what this is telling us is that during this full moon, just fucking feel whatever you're going to fucking feel. Sorry about the cussing. Above all, they must learn not to make up reasons for their emotional chemistry, right? Like just whatever. It is what it is. If we wait out the emotional wave, whether their own or someone else's, they will always have a clear perception of any situation. So during this moon, like let the feelings flow, watch them, observe yourself, and wait until the emotional like turbulence is over. We still have Neptune on the 36. So that's the emotional turbulence, It's here. Like we are feeling it, and it can be really intense. The 55th gate is deeply acoustic, and these people are therefore very sensitive to what other people say, as well as the tone in which they say it. So this is like sensitivity, Piscean, psychic, intuitive abilities on like overdrive, hyperdrive. So you gotta take care of yourself. Again, who are you surrounding yourself with? Whose aura is all up in your face? Good question to ask. Now, let's talk about the 59th gate. This is where the moon is at. So this one's the really important one. This gate is known as the gate of sexuality. These are people who are driven by their genes to reproduce, whether that be children or creative endeavors. What does that tell you? This full moon is about activating your creativity, like birthing, literal births, but also like passionate, creative births of projects that are ready to be birthed. Manifesting as the desire to be sexually intimate, this gate determines our individual sexual strategy for attracting the best mate. Ooh, and it depends on the line. So this is a 6th line. If we look at the planets here, this full moon is on the 59th gate, line 6. Line 6 is the one night stand. Oh my God. Okay. These people must wait to respond rather than jumping into bonds prematurely. Otherwise, they may simply stay on the surface of intimacy rather than penetrating to the core of another being. Ooh. This is a gate of fertility that, when connected to the 6, strongly increases the likelihood of conception. This archetype is about sex and intimacy rather than marriage. The 59, hello Rebecca, needs the boundaries of the 6 in order to decide when and with whom intimacy can take place. So it's kind of interesting. So who has the 6? Does anybody have the 6 gate in their design? Here's what we're looking at over here. If you have it and you don't have the 59, then the channel is going to be completed for you. So what is that going to mean? The channel of mating, a design of focus on reproduction. You have a very are we going to have like conceptions, like lots of conceptions? Is this a new rave babies coming in? You have a very powerful auric field that penetrates people very deeply. This means that you can be intimate with almost anyone very quickly. Ooh. Although this is natural for you, it is not natural for others. So you need to be aware of how easily you can be misunderstood. Oh my. Kind of a crazy energy, yo. Yeah. Rebecca. That's hilarious. As the creative channel of the defense circuit, this is the gate of pure, fertile power. It is the demand of our genes to endlessly create more life. This is literally about making babies, but is also about birthing projects and creative processes. It is the law that life must always create life. Love that. And that's what I would like really hone in on with this energy. Life creates life. So life force energy that lives in the sacral is the life force energy that creates more life, right? So this moon is literally calling us to create. Life creates life. To birth something into the world. And another way of saying that is manifesting. And I was talking about that yesterday in the astrology video, that Virgo has very much to do with manifesting. It's like the magic of the Piscean world gets channeled through Virgo. The present moment, the here and the now, the daily routines, the fucking mundane shit that seems like non-important, but in reality, it's like freaking magic. Everything is perfect just the way it is the highest like virtue of Virgo. Not everything needs to be perfect in this way or that way because that's the way that I think perfection works. No, it's not like that. That's the shadow of Virgo, being nitpicky and critical of every little tiny thing. Eventually, that Virgo energy has to rise above that shadow and realize the magic within the minute, the magic within the mundane. That's why Pisces and Virgo oppose each other, and Virgo represents bringing the divine into the real, which for us, the real is like the earth, the things you can touch and smell and hear. It's the world of manifestation. And Virgo is also ruled by Mercury. So let's take a look. Where is Mercury right now? That's right. I already talked about it. Mercury is on the 55th gate, which has to do with emotions. So manifesting right now is going to actually happen through the emotional realm. This is very ancient Atlantean. I teach about this in the Moon Goddess training, how emotions, we're actually learning about this weekend in the temple of Isis. But emotions have to do with being our guiding system. And when we pay attention to our emotions, the emotions guide us to the right place, the right time, the right people, the right everything. But the only problem is that emotions aren't awareness and clarity in the moment. Emotions take time to process. Give yourself time and space. Let the emotions create the vortexes, open the doors so that you can step into the healing. But once you go into that healing space, that space is actually neutral, which is Gemini. It's Mercury, right? Mercury in Gemini is the hermetic alchemist, the one that observes like it all, watches it all, knows how it all works, has all the, details about the tools needed to create the magic, and can do it by Gemini is a different form of manifesting. It's more about like expression and words coming through, but it's still manifestation. Virgo and Gemini, both signs ruled by Mercury. So if Mercury rules this moon, Mercury is the hermetic alchemist, the magician. The magician card is the Gemini card in the tarot. So that's crazy, Dawn coming late to the party. Just kidding. But it's kind of a crazy, what I'm getting, the most that I'm getting from this like reading is that this moon is emotional AF. This is an emotional time. And you're not going to get around the emotion. Like you can't, logic is just not going to do it. Who's on the 24? Speaking of logic, Jupiter. Okay. The gate of rationalization. That is hilarious. So we're going to try to rationalize everything. Like Jupiter is like, I need to make sense of this shit in a logical way. And then the moon and the sun and all the other planets are like, excuse me? Like, no. Like there's no logical process here. It's all emotional. So I'm sorry, Jupiter, for trying to rationalize everything. Like that ain't going to work. That's hilarious. What else stands out? Who's on that 51? Oh, the North Node. Okay, that's actually cool. So the 51st gate, I mean, it's cool and it's not cool because the 51st gate is kind of an early one. It is called the Gate of Shock. And that's also where Chiron is, but Chiron, I guess, isn't in this chart. The Gate of Shock. We're being shocked by our wounds to awaken, because it's the channel of initiation. It is about awakening and initiating ourselves. So the North Node is calling for an initiation. The moon is calling for the life force energy to like create and manifest. And the sun is calling for, like Pisces season is calling for the emotions to be felt and experienced. And all of this lives within the freaking Akashic records. So the information is out there. I just finished recording the symbology video and Akashic reading for the Starseed membership, which I highly recommend you guys join, because we're going to be focusing a lot once on all the things together. Once the book comes out, the Starseed membership is going to be the hangout for connecting and like processing with the book. Oh my God, I'm so excited. But I just recorded it, and Pisces is the circulatory system, which is the blood, but it flows throughout your whole body. So it's the information, it's the Akashic. The information is there. You just have to tune into the information. And how does the information come through this realm of Pisces? The emotions, the feelings. But also remember that Pisces has like gnarly shadows, like gnarly darkness. Right? And the darkness is because it is so expansive and there's more unknown than there is known. And so when you enter this realm of Pisces, you have to trust. And you have to make sure you like don't go down the deep end. Like don't go too far down the deep end if you're not ready to go down the deep end and see what's there. All the little like weird creatures, the alien looking creatures that live in the deepest part of the ocean. Ooh. Like, no. So what you want to do is pay attention to your emotions. Let yourself feel. Don't hold or restrict the emotions right now, even though Saturn's right there too. Don't hold and restrict the emotions. Let them flow. Like, don't like don't dam the river, because that's going to make things worse. Because then the emotions eventually will have to they'll pop and be like, bah! So don't dam the river, just flow. And then be in the magic of what that is. Like that's the nature of us. We are emotional beings, and we're moving towards a time where emotions are literally like, we just don't even know anything about what the power of emotion is. We have so rationalized our world that emotion is we don't even trust our emotions. And it's crazy because they have magic in them. You can create and manifest with your emotions. You can direct with your emotions. And right now we're just chaotically feeling this and that and all over the place. So we don't know how to work with it magically through Hermetic alchemy. But if you learn the Hermetic alchemy, you will learn to use the emotions to help you manifest. And that's what this freaking moon is all about. And then I can't wait because the next moon in Pisces is going to be on the 20 freaking second gate. The gate of openness. But it's also grace under pressure in the gene keys. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah, exactly, Rebecca. But it's not the emotions that cause the disease. She said emotions can literally cause disease. It's not the emotions themselves. It's the holding the emotions in that causes the disease. The emotions have to be allowed to flow. If you hold them in, if you like stagnate them, if you like bottle them up, like that's what causes the disease. It's the not processing of the emotions. And that's what most of us do, is we don't allow ourselves to process the emotions. We rationalize our way through our emotions. Like, I shouldn't feel that way. It's too crazy for me to feel this. Why am I feeling this? It doesn't make any sense for me to feel it. Like, emotions are not going to make logical sense ever. And human design was never made for the mind to take over. In fact, the solar plexus, the emotions, is the one that is in power. And if we let it be in power, like freaking, we're like master manifestors. Like everybody, you know, not just manifestors. But because we're all manifesting, but in our own unique way. So I think this moon is beautiful, especially with the trine to Jupiter. I think it's powerful. I think there's a lot of, I just got this crazy image of like a course, like a agility course. What do they call those? Where you have to like, you know, jump from like tube to tube, or otherwise you like fall in the water. It's like all this stuff. But I just like, this is what I just got, this image of like, there's going to be a lot of chances, or like, I'm not getting the word. There's going to be a lot of like opportunity to fall off. Like there's a lot of likely opportunities to fall off the horse. And what I mean by that is like going to like addiction, old belief systems, old patterns of thinking, like trying to put a Band-Aid on a freaking broken bone, things like that. Ignoring, living in an illusion. Those are all the shadows of Pisces. So if we fall off into the deep end, we better be ready to go into the deep end and then pull ourselves back out. And maybe you need somebody there. And that's why this is like the channel of mating and intimacy. Maybe you need somebody there to help you come out if you go into that place. But again, if you're surrounding yourself with gnarly auras, I'm not even going to call them people. I'm going to call them gnarly auras. No, I'm just kidding. Gnarly people in your life. You're not going to have any support system. Your tribe is not going to be showing up for you. Who is your tribe? That matters more than anything right now, because this full moon is happening on a tribal defense circuit. Who do you trust? I'm just kidding. Anyways, I am so excited for this moon. I'm even more excited for my Starseed astrology school. I'm even more excited for my book and my ebook that's coming out. And I am like over the freaking moon for the Moon Goddess Training Workbook. It's surreal. Rebecca, this is surreal. It is so cool. Yes. We are your tribe. Anyways, I'm obsessing. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of this membership. I'm just kidding. Of this community, of this magic space. Please come join us in the global community, in our actual private community where we host all these live events, free events. Our next free event is our full moon celebration. Tomorrow night, we're going to party it up. And there's a lot of really fun things coming up. We have on Sunday, our within the Akashic Records sound bath. Pisces. Okay, like you guys, you better be at the Pisces season sound bath. Like Tori does an amazing job. She's got the crystals and everything. Like freaking, it's bliss. And this is bliss. So this is the season of bliss. So come to the sound bath on Sunday. And then next Tuesday, I am teaching a Kundalini yoga with all the themes of Pisces season. So please come take the Kundalini yoga class with me. It's going to be amazing. Hello, Bernadine. Rebecca says, I'm so excited about the Moon Goddess book. Yes, if you want the book, send me an email, contact me directly so I can send you the purchase link. Hello, Cody. Welcome in. And yes, so much bang for your buck in the membership. I love when you guys say things like that. I mean, it just makes me feel so good. I put so much into everything I do, you know, like literally work nonstop 24/7. It doesn't stop, but I love what I do. So it makes it all worth it. And you guys are literally the reason for it. Wouldn't exist without you. That's my fourth line speaking. And it really wouldn't exist without either of us. So we're co-creating this beautiful experience together. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, an amazing full moon. And I will hopefully see you at the sound bath on Sunday, at the Kundalini yoga class on Tuesday, or at the Starseed Astrology School, or at our book release party. No, I'm just kidding. All that coming soon. Thank you, and see you guys soon. Sat Nam.